Life without the possibility of parole. That was the sentence handed down to convicted NFL player Aaron Hernandez in the murder trial that he faced. But was it just? Does he deserve to have been convicted? And does he deserve to receive life without parole? Well, one of his teammates, who also played with him in Florida, Brandon Spikes, questioned that sentence almost immediately, saying he's confused with the justice system. And when other people tweeted back in a series that was lighting up Twitter and other social media in the last 24 hours, he said, "Y'all are fake caring," suggesting even more that the people who thought Hernandez did get what he deserved were really wrong and that somehow justice had gone awry. So what do you think? Was justice served? Is life without parole ever an appropriate sentence? Does it matter if you believe in the possibility of forgiveness, salvation, redemption, or human change? After all, life without parole says you will be punished, and there's no leaving that punishment for the rest of your natural life. On the other hand, other people were complaining that life without parole wasn't enough. Why did he get the death penalty? So again I ask, is the death penalty ever an appropriate response? Well, let me try and answer. But before we get to that answer, one other thing. Did it matter so much that he was a football player? Do you think that people are fed up with misbehaving professional athletes and punished him more aggressively? Do you think that maybe he got more than he deserved because they were enamored of his fame? As it turns out, neither seems to be the case, and the jury's deliberations were right on target. He isn't the first professional athlete to have been convicted of murder, not even the first professional NFL player. So, murder, does it deserve life without parole? Does it deserve the death penalty? Does it deserve something else? Well, it seems to me that the death penalty is not the way to go. And all cards on the table, not ever the way to go, regardless of the crime that's been committed. It seems to me that we can take our cue here, if we're looking to Scripture, from the ancient Hebrew Bible, which, although it's filled with crimes which deserve the death penalty, never teaches us of a court convening that gave it to anybody. And in fact, rabbinic tradition doubles down on that, saying in one voice that any court which metes out the death penalty once in 7 years is a terrorist court. And another rabbinic colleague saying more than once in every 7 years, once in every 70 years. A particularly powerful comment when one remembers that the number 70 in late antiquity was often what they meant by infinity. On the other hand, is life without parole even too harsh? Because don't we believe in forgiveness, and isn't there a possibility of return? And here it seems to me, no, life without parole is exactly the right kind of punishment, because it's the meeting ground between not taking another person's life, even though they have taken someone else's, but understanding the irrevocable nature of the crime which they have committed. Is forgiveness possible? Yes, but that's up to those most affected. Is salvation or redemption possible? Yes, but that doesn't mean in the context necessarily of being able to go back to how things were. That's about the future. Life without parole is the suggestion that the punishment go on for as long as the crime, without going to the level of becoming as heinous in the crime. Seems to me not a bad way to go. And it could be that actually what's going on with the justice system, in this case at least, was exactly correct.